You're doing the research, tracking the charts, watching the markets. But what if the real reason you're missing high upside stocks is buried data you don't even know you're missing? I tested InvestingPro, a platform packed with over 1,000 screening metrics and AI-backed stock picks to see if it really delivers the edge it claims. Stick around, because by the end, I'll show you the one feature that changed how I find undervalued stocks and why it might become your unfair advantage too. But before I even touched the tools inside InvestingPro, here's what I did first. I wanted the truth, so I started where every cautious investor does, the reviews. Not the homepage promises, not the slick marketing. I dug through actual user feedback, the kind you find buried on Trustpilot and App Store listings, the real stuff. And right away, one review jumped out at me. A user mentioned being pumped to try the Pro Picks feature, but ran into something odd. The picks get released on the first of the month, but performance is tracked based on the closing price that same day. His point? Most people wouldn't have time to act before that closing bell, so the reported performance might not reflect what a regular investor would actually get. And listen, I get where he's coming from. It's a fair concern. But in all honesty, this looked like a rare outlier. In all the digging I did, this same complaint barely showed up anywhere else. And let's be real, with a 4.7 out of 5-star rating across platforms and millions of users worldwide, if this was some sort of pattern or shady practice, I would have seen way more red flags, but I didn't. Instead, I kept finding reviews from longtime users who weren't just testing it, they'd built it into their routine. One guy said he's used both the free and paid versions, and even the free charts were solid enough to help him track price action and news in real time. What stood out was how he layered InvestingPro's charts with Thinkorswim to double-check price moves before pulling the trigger. Now, that's a smart use case. Another reviewer said the depth of data made it easier to actually compare companies, not just look at surface-level numbers. He talked about using the fundamentals section to gauge a company's strength over time, then checking the financial calendar to time his trades around earnings or market-moving events. And I'll be honest, going through all of those reviews gave me some confidence. The kind you don't get from a feature list. It showed me that real traders are actually using this stuff. It's not just for hype, because it helps them stay ahead. So yeah, was there a red flag in the pile? Sure, but the rest of the feedback made one thing clear. For most users, InvestingPro isn't just another stock screener. It's become something they actually depend on to trade smarter. Now, let me show you what I found when I got inside the platform myself, because some of these features really did change how I invest. So let's start with the stock screener. Now, this is not the kind of screener you'll find on free broker dashboards. Most platforms give you, the basic filters like market cap, P/E ratio, maybe sector and country if you're lucky. But InvestingPro, it goes way deeper. Over 1,000 metrics to screen with. I was filtering by things like free cash flow growth, Piotrowski score, inside ownership, dividend payout changes, all in real time. And it's fast too. I could run a scan on undervalued tech stocks with above average profit margins in under 10 seconds. And I could immediately see clean, exportable results that I could understand. The interface is super customizable too, so nothing feels locked in it like sometimes it does on more beginner-friendly platforms where it's too simple and it's all just locked in there. But what really elevates InvestingPro above all the noise is its AI-powered investment strategies. At first, I brushed this off like it's AI, right? I've seen AI picks before, and let's just say not all of them live up to the hype. But this felt different. The Pro Pick system inside InvestingPro actually breaks down why the AI is suggesting a stock. It's pulling from over 2 decades of market data and proven signals like revisions, earnings momentum, and valuation compression, not Reddit hype or hot takes. What stood out even more was how you could sort these model portfolios by style: value, growth, defensive, high cash flow, you name it. And when I compared their past performance to a few of Motley Fool's recent picks, let's just say Pro Picks held up surprisingly well. The Fool has a solid long-term track record, no doubt, but Pro Picks offers more flexibility to switch strategies and adapt when market conditions shift, which, for someone who trades more actively, is huge. Now, here's where things really started clicking for me: the financial health scores. This might be my favorite feature in the entire platform. It basically distills a company's entire financial situation into one number. Profitability, growth, cash flow, debt, they all get factored into this one thing. And instead of making you Guess what those numbers mean? It color codes the results. Green means solid, red means something's off. It gave me the kind of instant clarity that saved me hours, and probably saved me from some bad trades too. And the best part, these are only just the core features. There's also dynamic economic calendar, customizable watch lists, performance tracking tools, institutional ownership data, earnings forecasts, you name it. Of course, even the best trading tools have room for polish, and Investing Pro is no exception. There's some things that could be better. Now, I've personally used this platform day in and day out, and if I had to point out one quirk, it would be this. With all the tools available, it can feel a little overwhelming at first. When you first log in and you see dozens of tabs, filters, valuation models, and screeners, and just all these tools, it's a lot to take in sometimes. But just give it a little time, and suddenly you're making smarter decisions faster than ever before. Now, with a platform that delivers this kind of firepower, you must shift from asking, is Investing Pro legit, to wondering, what's the damage to the wallet? And that's a fair question. Surprisingly, it's actually pretty reasonably priced considering everything you get under the hood, especially when you factor in the AI strategies, the real-time fundamental data, and institutional level screeners. Plus, Investing Pro regularly runs exclusive promos and discounts that can make the decision even easier. We have a link, so we'll keep that in the description for you, so make sure to check out for the latest pricing and any available offers before you sign up. We keep that updated. It could save you a decent chunk. So here's the bottom line. If you've been bouncing between platforms, trying to make sense of conflicting data, and still missing those undervalued opportunities, Investing Pro might be the shift you need. For me, the feature that changed everything was the financial health score, but it might be something else for you. The financial health score, for me, it just takes all of that, the noise, the profitability, growth, debt, cash flow, all these extra things, and it compresses it into a single color-coded score. Green means solid, red means avoid. It just instantly tells me if a stock is worth digging into or not. I just look into it extra as long as it says green, and if it's red, I won't look into it. And all of that alone has really just made my research like 10 times faster and way more focused. Add in the 1,000+ screening metrics, the AI-backed pro picks, and the ability to tailor everything to your strategy, and you've got a serious edge. If you're looking for a tool that helps you spot value fast and make smarter trades with confidence, Investing Pro delivers. Check the link in the description to get started with our special discount and coupon.